right? That you know you want more, you deserve more in life, and you will go after it, but you just don't know how. This is the power of visualization videos. So you have landed on the right video. If you're wondering, oh no, I should probably just stop watching this video. This sounds way too woo woo, or I've tried it and I'm not about that life, and nothing ever happened, right? Well, I have news for you. I have actually used it myself, but besides that, I have done a ton of research. This is scientifically proven, by the way, okay, that this mental rehearsal visualization really works. So I encourage you to stick with me for the next 5 minutes as I go through why you need to implement visualization so you can get the desires that you want in your life. Like I said, I've personally used it, but let me just say that the brain, by the way, cannot distinguish what's reality and what's our imagination. Now that is scientifically proven, and you can go and research that. In fact, many athletes have used mental rehearsal visualization to help them become the best performer out there in their field. So let's talk about Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods has been using visualizations since his pre-teen years. You have Jack Nicklaus, who said, I never take a shot until I first see it in my head. What about Muhammad Ali, world heavy champ, who said that he also used mental rehearsals before he goes into the ring? I'm sure that Kobe Bryant has did it. I'm sure LeBron James still does it. If these great athletes, once of a lifetime athletes, do it, why are we not doing it? That's exactly what I asked myself as I kept getting data and reading a ton of articles on the power of visualization and how it correlates with our brain. Let me take you back why I needed to implement visualization. I was diagnosed with a tumor a couple years ago, and I had to undergo 4 major surgeries. At the time, doctors were saying that I would lose my entire mouth, my face would be deformed for the remainder of my life, and I wouldn't be able to walk again. So you can only imagine the different emotions I was going through. So instead of taking that in, I decided to go on this path of learning how this whole brain visualization, prayer, all of this works. I wasn't really sure about it, and I was a little skeptical, and you may be too. I get it. But I started applying it. So let me tell you how I use it. I am a believer in vision boards, and just because I love images, I'm much more of a visionary person. And so every year in the beginning of the year, I cut images of things that I want to bring forth into my life. So for example, I had at the time with my health, I had healing. I had that I only wanted an incision when doctors were saying that they would have to cut the right side of my face, the right side of my hip. I started visualizing myself with a small scarf on the right side of my face. And yes, the miracle happens for me. But let's say that you're not going through a health journey. Maybe it's your career. Well, I wanted to become an author. After all of this, the journey I was on with my health, I decided that I wanted to write a book about my life and how I was able to become nothing to become an author. And I saw it done. I'm an author. I'm a published author. And as you can see, my book, Thank You for Walking Away, it was published about 2 years ago. But before that, I had it on my vision board, and I would visualize every morning for 5 minutes, seeing myself as a published author, seeing my books across in stores, in all the stores that books are sold. And I would ask myself after those 5 minutes of visualization, which I also use a YouTube video. I'm a firm believer in my little meditation music. It kind of takes me away from everything. I also made sure there was no distraction around me. So everything was like early in the morning, everyone was still sleeping. I could just take this time to be in solitude and really just see myself as a published author. And then I'll ask myself, like, what would an author do? And I would take baby steps. I was like, okay, a published author would probably start writing. So I applied myself every single day for 30 minutes to write. And that within a year or in some change, I was able to complete my book. Then I started visualizing myself. This year was really cool. This year, in the beginning of the year, I started visualizing myself as a TED speaker. And every morning, I would close my eyes and I see myself on the red carpet speaking on a TED Talk stage. Guess what? It happened. I am now a TED speaker. Now, I'm not saying all of this because I want to be egotistical and tell you this is all I've done. No, I'm trying to share with you the tool that worked, the tool that continues to work for me. It doesn't necessarily happen overnight. Some of these desires is timing in life, but as long as you see it done, and without a doubt, you feel it internally that it's done. These things are going to happen for you. You're willing to take baby steps every single day. It will happen. So I want you to take 5 minutes every morning for the next few months and see yourself having these things that you want to bring forth. In fact, just try one. What's one thing that you really been trying to bring forth and it just won't happen? Maybe you're trying to get fit. Maybe you're trying to bring forth a significant other, marriage, kids, a career, a raise, healing. I don't know what that looks like for you, but I want you to stick for the next few months every morning for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. If you don't have 5 minutes, if you don't have life, you need to revisit and see yourself with that one thing done. How does it feel for you? What would it look like? And when you feel yourself doubting because it's still taking long or you had a really hard day, take yourself back to seeing it done. And I promise you without a doubt, it will happen for you or something better. Your job is to stay in your lane. Of course, by the way, it's not going to happen if you're wishing for someone else's good. This is about your good, not competing with anyone else, not trying to take away from anyone else, but bringing forth the things that you know that is your desire. And without any resistance, do not put yourself in any predicament that contradicts what you're trying to bring forth. This is why visualization is so critical. If this video helped you, please comment below. I hope that you'll continue being part of this community, that this video did give you, even if it's one gem that it left you with that you're able to implement right away. I'm excited to hear that. Subscribe if you're not. Would love for you to be part again of this community that just helping each other become the best version of ourselves. If you're not following me on Instagram, She Fixes Crowns on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. All right, guys, have a fabulous week. Come on, ready? We're going to do this, right? We're going to do this power of visualization without doubting it. I know it sounds a little woo, but you can do it. You're going to do it? I know you're going to do it. Let's do it together. All right. I want you to be your best version of yourself. I want you to live in purpose, for a purpose. Life is short and you don't want to leave not one stone unturned. You want to get everything that it was meant for you to have here on earth. You want to get it. Go for it. Let's go.